So there you go. That's them thumbing their nose at the academy. And I put a couple of hospitals down here, and each one has a couple of drone bays. And I guess I should start showing you some of the numbers. So here's the old health, and you can see like 5 deaths a day, which is kind of bearable. Can live with that. The city is very, very stable. I hope if I go to here, we should have. I was going to say we should have 0 abandoned buildings. We've actually got 1 rubble in the city. Let's go take a look. It's just. Let's get rid of that. There we go. But the city is like pretty stable. I've knocked down like quite a lot of buildings to get all of the futuristic models. So I wanted the city to be pretty stable so that I could keep those models. That was why it was such a big problem when the safety towers weren't working. Now let's talk about the safety levels in the Megatowers, because obviously that was a massive, massive problem. And like seriously, I was trying on and off for like 3 weeks and just could not fix it. Now a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's because you've got the Megatowers buried and they're on different terrain levels." And no. The safety levels were working, right? Exactly with it, with it laid out exactly like this, and then it stopped working, right? And I played around with it, as I told you. I tried all kinds of things, and then after messing around with it for about about another 16 hours or so, because it was like a full day spent just trying different things and messing around and trying alternative solutions, they just started working. So I can't even tell you why. I've got a sneaking suspicion that it's got something to do with the nuclear reactor levels. All of the nuclear reactor levels in here are turned off, and I got a sneaking suspicion it's something to do with them. But I don't know, and I can't confirm it, because I've tried it with just safety levels, with no nuclear reactor levels, and it didn't work. But hey, now it's working, so I can't give you a solution. I can't tell you why that happened, or how I fixed it. But I did. So let's continue talking about the Megatowers. Oh, that's one of the reasons that I put this steep road in over here was when I was playing around with the safety levels. I was thinking, well, maybe it's too far. They can't get the messages to send out the drones or something. So I put that in. So obviously it's a very short distance for them to get to the upper level. But no, nothing to do with that. That didn't solve it at all. What else? Oh, the nuclear reactor levels caused me all kinds of problems, actually, because this building. Let me show you the electricity. Right. When I put in the reactor levels, I became self-sufficient, so I wasn't importing electricity. Right. And if you do that, you get loads and loads of electricity, but it's very small. Okay, you see these little circles going around? These are actually quite large. Oh, look, there's a little one, right? And these large ones are being imported. And if you've only got like little one, like there's another little one, right? If you've only got little ones, they don't last long enough and they can't get all the way to the top. And only like half of the pyramid roads were lighting up. So it took me ages to figure that out, right? Because I was like, this was working. I had the whole thing lit up, and then it stopped being lit up, and oh man, nightmare. But one thing I haven't been able to do is, although it's the water is reaching the top at the moment, but you will find that sometimes it doesn't. and occasionally this will be showing that it's not getting water, and it's not getting workers either, because apparently it's too far for the workers to get there. But hey, it doesn't actually matter, so I'm not worried about that. Cool, excellent. What else with the Megatowers? While we're on the subject, now one thing about the Megatowers that I really don't like is all the flashing signs. Right, they're way too bright, they're way too garish, and especially at night time, I wanted these towers to be dark and ominous. I didn't want them to be like ridiculous, like flashing clown towers. I can't think of a better description than that. But I hate all the flashing signs. So what I've done is I've built these towers, but as I've created each level, I've turned all the levels off. The towers are actually on, right? And the bottom level is a mall, and those are all on. But all the top levels are off, and so are the crowns, with the exception of this one. This crown I left on because it's actually quite nice. That one, the way it lights up and stuff, it doesn't look bad. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Megatowers. I tried creating them all and putting all the crowns on, and it didn't look good at all, because let me show you something. If you zoom in down here and look sort of upwards, the Omega Tower still looks big, right? But if you put like this one to a full height, and where's the other one? Wherever it is. Oh, and that one. Like, the Mega Towers dominate the skyline, and the Omega Tower looks like really small and pathetic, and I didn't want that, so I put these in not full height. These three are full height, and then I chose these crowns to try and create a bit of height difference. So this is sort of a medium height, this one's a little bit lower, and this one's a bit taller. So I'd really like to know what you think of these Mega Towers, and like overall, like, remember I was saying I was going for full-on Blade Runner. You've watched the video. Did I get it? Let me know. Drop me a comment. Say, Skye, no, it was rubbish. Doesn't look anything like Blade Runner. Or you might say, yeah, you nailed it. Nailed it. It looks absolutely like Blade Runner. I'm sure I will get both types of comment, funnily enough. Alrighty. What else? What else? What else? What else? I've talked about this down here. I've talked about the pipes. I've talked about this area. I've talked about over here. So I've talked about the Mega Towers. That's kind of pretty much it, I think. Yeah, I talked about knocking the buildings down and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I guess I should show you a few more numbers before we wrap up. So, police, 0 crimes. This was up at like 450. This is very, very slowly coming down. And education, I put in 3 education levels in the Mega Towers. Those are working, and we're up to 4 hats. It's not quite 5, but it's good enough, and that's keeping the crime down. And that's, like I said, it's very, very slowly going down. It's going down like, I don't know, 4 or 5 a day. So it's a pretty slow process. Fires, none. Garbage is just about managing. It's always like orange, yellow, and occasionally red. But it manages to get the job done. So that's cool. Education I showed you. There's really nothing to show you on the maglev side because I took the maglev out. There's no other forms of transport. I did think about putting airships in, but I think airships is a bit sort of not cities of tomorrow really. So So yeah, I decided against that. I was thinking about putting the airships on here. Oh, and one other thing I did do in a previous, like early on in the build, I created like a semicircle here, raised like this, and on the top I put. Let me show you. Um, where is? Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, I put the Washington Monument. Right now, the sun creates a shadow which goes. The sun starts off over here and then goes round here. So the shadow started off over here of this like needle, and went round here. And originally I created this like huge sundial where there were roads, and the shadow at certain times of day, like midday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you could actually tell the time by which road the shadow was pointing at. And I was going to do a whole thing with that, and then I thought, nah. But it was actually very cool, and it's you guys should have a go at that. Do a sundial with the Washington Monument. I thought that was quite a cool idea, but it didn't make it into the final build. Omega, let's have a quick look at the Omega numbers. Industrial, 100%. Residential is 100%. What's the gold membership? Gold membership is at 78%. Commercials at 18% at the moment. And we're making, what, like 85,000? I thought we'd make a bit more than that, actually, but then it occurred to me, we haven't got many medium density buildings. It's all high density. So that's why we're not making as much money as we would normally with like an OmegaCo. And let me show you this while I think about it, because I just saw it. Like, this is what it should look like, right? When you've got those safety levels and they're working. Like, let's crank it up actually. Like millions of drones all over the place. That's what it should look like when it's working. I can't believe the pain and suffering I went through because of that stupid bug. Okay, let's crank this up a bit and we'll get to night time, because I do want to. Oh, here we go. Like, I think this looks absolutely awesome when like everything lights up. And the best time of night to see this is between 10 and midnight, because that's when it's kind of darkest. The best is actually 11 till 12. And you've got you've got all of these roads lit up. Oh, I haven't shown you. I hooked up all the tunnels and everything. I'll show you that in a second. But let's enjoy this. And I love the way this kind of shimmers, this pipe. Really, really like that effect. Now at midnight, the moon comes out, and it goes from being like quite dark to actually quite light. So when I was making the videos, I was having to like do a little bit of filming between like 11 and midnight, or maybe 10 to midnight, and then having to fast forward it to the next night so that I could do some more, because it's kind of too light when the moon's shining on all the buildings. Okay, let me show you the this took some doing, let me tell you, because getting these tunnels, because they're so close together, oh man, talk about a nightmare. Now, how the hell can I actually like show you these? They're all, here you go, they are all hooked up, and it's kind of alternating. So it starts here. Actually, maybe if I put the electricity on, you can see it better now. So it goes round there, and then down to the next one, and then down to the next one, and then it goes into the first tunnel, and then into the second tunnel, and it keeps going round and round and round. So this is all one long continuous road. That really took. I was so pleased when I finally got the darn thing to work. That was a bit of an achievement, but I really like how those tunnels look. Actually, I think they look pretty cool. Let me know what you think of the tunnels as well. Be interested to hear what you guys think. Okay, I think that really is it now. This has been a pretty incredible build, and I must admit, at one point I was thinking that I wasn't going to come up with something that I was going to like, because when I started working on the Megatowers, they weren't looking right, and it wasn't Blade Runner-y at all, and obviously I had the whole nightmare, and I at one point I really kind of hated the city. I wasn't enjoying it. It wasn't fun. But now I've finished it, and it was really when I made that little video, that showcase video, that I started looking at it and going, I really like this. And yeah, I've ended up, I'm really very fond of this city now. I mean, I guess it's because I've put so many hours into this. It's kind of unbelievable. But this definitely for me now is the OmegaCo capital. The city definitely, like whether you love it or you hate it, I think you've got to admit that the city has character. You know, it's kind of a city of two halves. You've got the enclosure for the rich, the ruling class who run OmegaCo, and then you've got the dirty, squalid slums of the upper city, with the pits, where all the shady dealings, all the criminals down there. Ah, yeah, I do love it. I love how the whole thing has come together. So let me know. Drop me comments, guys. I will be reading all the comments. I will be replying to all the comments as per usual. Let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed the videos, hit like. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because I'm still going to be doing lots more videos. And we've got the new series coming out for the offline mods. So much to look forward to. Okay, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Peace out.